thru is an agribusiness. thru sells milk, ice cream, and lunch selections.
Hi, I'm Ken Smith and welcome to Coulon Farm. We're the cows for thru, and we supply the milk to thru, and we're the owners. We've been in business about 6 months, and we're at the intersection of Route 29 and 28 in Remington, Virginia. And we're glad that you stopped, and we hope that you enjoy your visits. No, the milk is not processed on the farm. The milk is moved to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, where it's taken in on Thursdays, processed on Friday, and delivered back to the store on Saturdays.
How many people does it take to operate the farm part of the business?
There are 10 to 11 full-time employees, depending on the season.
How many are in the store?
The store employs about 25 part-time employees, and out of that, the 25, there are 4 full-time employees, and they work the equivalent of 40 hours.
Do you sell to like any supermarkets or anything, or do you sell solely to like thru?
Right now, thru has only been in business not quite 6 months, so we have been approached by several other marketing stores to ask if they can carry the thru brand of milk. I think in the future, thru will move in that direction, that we'll start delivering milk into other locations.
Why did you choose to open your own store instead of doing that?
thru is a 20-year dream, and for years and years and years, you have a belief that you can make something happen, that you can build a dream that you might have thought about, and if you never bring that dream to fruition, it always is just a dream to you. So right now, thru is a dream come true.
To open up a farm in an agribusiness, do you need any sort of special educational degree?
Farming and agriculture can be taught and can be learned, but in most instances, farm agricultural businesses are family-oriented or family-developed business. You grow up into that environment. You grow up into that business. And several, this same type instances happen to people who go out and start a hardware store. Most of those people are ones who've grown up in a hardware store, or their families have owned a hardware store. It's really, really hard to go out and start a business similar to agriculture, similar to farming, with no other background or no family help.
Has the response from the community been what you expected?
The response from the community has been overwhelming. The first month we were in business, I thought we would be successful, but I knew we'd be successful that when the preacher said, "Thank God for thru." So I think we gave a little self-gratification at that point.
thru is one store, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like a chain?
It is not a chain, and I don't think it will ever be a chain of several stores, but it might be more than one in the future. We might put some small ice cream stores out that have the thru label on the thru brand.
How did you get the word out about thru?
I didn't. The newspapers and the magazines that covered thru have started the development of thru as far as letting the consumers know.
Do you think thru would work as well in a more city environment?
I think thru would work in any environment that it was in a setting where consumers could come out and enjoy good ice cream and know where it was coming from.
Is thru an entirely family-run business?
Yes, it is. We have other employees, but as far as the business management itself, it's all run by my wife and myself.
I noticed that you have like macaroni and cheese now. Was there a specific reasoning behind that?
In order to carry the season and make the season longer, we thought we'd develop a little lunch business. And our lunch business has extended our season. People aren't as much interested in ice cream when it's 40 degrees as they are when it's 80 degrees. So therefore, people are interested in ice cream now and during the summer, and lunch businesses help prolong our season and keep our business running.
So you are going to stay open all year?
Yes, we are.
What kind of milk sells the best?
Our whole milk is selling the best right now. When we first opened, chocolate and skim milk sold very well, and it's kind of evolved a little bit, and our sales have increased every week.
How do you come up with the ideas of ice cream?
Recipes come from people who ask for them, and they're also seasonal recipes, and some that we started with originally. We have about 25 flavors that we either use now or is seasonal, and then we have some specialty items that we sell just on the weekends, like butter pecans, a weekend only flavor. About
how many gallons of milk do you sell in a week?
Right now we're selling about 400 gallons a week, only in half gallons.
Wow.
Well, you think that's a lot when we have to unload 1,200 half gallons in one day.
Wow.
That's equivalent of picking up 4,000 pounds
oh my gosh.
In one day, and lifting that and putting it into the coolers.
How many cows do you have to keep that up?
Well, it's not how many cows we have that decide how much milk we sell or how much we handle through the store. The milk that we sell at the store only amounts to 1 milking out of the 3 milkings a day that come from one of the dairies. So it's a very small proportion to the amount of milk that we sell. We sell millions of pounds a year here, and to make that into gallons, you'd have to divide that 8.6 into the millions of gallons to say how many gallons of milk that we. But every other day we sell about 6,000 gallons a day from the 2 farms.
So you have another farm?
Yes, we have 2 farms, and the milk that is sold at thru comes from the other farm, which you're not sitting at right now, which is our grazing farm. And this is our confinement farm here. All the cows go out every day. You can just see the cows moving up the hill, and all the cows are out on the lots every day. But the grazing farm is handled a little differently. Most of the feed that the cows eat is grass that they consume on their own.
Mm-hmm.
It's not delivered to them, such as this is a ration. And this is several ingredients mixed together, which make a balanced ration. Like if you'd mix your corn and your peas and your potatoes all together and put some beef in it, that would be your total mixed feed for the day, or your total mixed food. Well, that's the way this is for the cows. Their total diet is mixed all together so that every mouthful is the same.
Wow. I noticed that you guys use glass jars. Is that for an ecological or economical?
Well, it's not economical. Glass jars are harder to handle. They're more maintenance intense. We do get some breakage. Everything has to be washed. It's more ecological, and because not everybody else can handle glass, and most of the groceries handle plastic, so we wanted to be different. And there's your move for the day.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this mother is sired by Lou, and that this is an embryo transplant calf. Its mother is one of the higher genetic cows in the state of Virginia, and it is a male calf. So a good chance this calf could lead to be the sire of many other calves. A good healthy calf.
How old is he?
About 3 hours. He gets up and walks the first 15 minutes of his life. And you see he has a pretty healthy appetite. The butter pecan is
thru makes their ice cream upstairs in their own ice cream machine. As you can see, thru has a number of varieties of ice cream every day. Customers can order and pick up their selections at the window. Or you can just drive through.
There you go. And be ready at the next one.